Good afternoon. It's 4:30. We'll call the December 16, 2025 meeting of the Mill Creek Board of Supervisors to order. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there public comment on agenda items other than development or rezoning applications?
I'm not going to take the sheet out from under here because whoever set this up, I don't want to mess you up. So no, don't touch it. He probably is thinking, no, don't touch mine. Sue Weber, 5338 Norris Drive. I came today to talk about the budget. I'll do it as quickly as I can. I know I only have 5 minutes. I didn't realize that you were adopting the budget tonight. Other townships present the budget and they give people a lot longer time to look at the budget. They even have study sessions for the public, and you should consider that. One thing I wanted to talk about is the streets. And I didn't do this before election because I felt that was wrong. But I have noticed your streets are breaking up all over the place. It has nothing to do with wintertime. It has to do with either you're giving the contractor the improper mix design, somebody is skimping on the specs to save money, but I simply cannot believe what I see. And I think you know, when I was on the Board of Supervisors, I was actually appointed to teach pavement classes across Pennsylvania. I really took a deep dive into what's the way streets are supposed to look. And I can tell when I look at a street exactly why it's breaking up, exactly what's happening with it. So this summer, I drove and my husband recorded, and we took the streets that you paved only 2 years ago, and we traveled over every one of them. And I'm gonna give this as somebody, I was shocked at the number that were cracked and broken up and failing already. And people need to understand that if you've got about 216 miles of local roads, and you're only paving 12 miles a year, you won't get back to that street until 16 years. And if you're failing in 2 years, I've noticed it all over the last 5 years, your streets are failing every place. You don't have a crack sealing program. I looked over on Arbuckle Road, half the cracks, a crack seal, go down the same crack, the other end of the cracks left out. My street, after it was paved for only 3 years, began to break up all over the place. I called her and said, you need to come and crack seal this. Aren't you riding over streets and looking at them? And the person said to me, I don't think we have a crack sealing program. And I said, you must be kidding. PennDOT, every township has a crack sealing program because that saves the streets when they begin to crack. But obviously you don't have one, and it's showing all over the place. What concerns me about your budget is you show for several years in a row in this budget, you show the same amount of money being paid for paving. $1.3 million consistently for several years. Well, you'll never make it. You need to pay more miles, you need to take care of what you've got, and prices are going to go up. Why would you think, well, I know that's just a projection, but I'm telling you, your roads are failing and you're in some serious trouble with it. And if anything was a referendum for a new form of government and a township manager, it's that, because I can tell you, if you had a township manager and the roads looked like that, they'd be questioning the contractor and they'd be digging into it, and nobody questions anything here, and they would lose their job if the roads looked like that also. The next thing is your legal expenses in the budget. Your legal expenses are horrendous. The Government Study Commission showed you what other large townships pay for legal expenses. Yours are so far out of line, it's unbelievable. I would like to know why you've got 2 people from the law firm here tonight. Why do you need 2 solicitors at one meeting? You're paying double. I take it that both these solicitors are billing you. And there are a lot of townships in Erie County, the solicitor doesn't even go to their meetings. So why do you have 2 lawyers here? Are you paying for both of them? I'm assuming that you are. I don't think that one is sitting here for free. That's a problem too. The amount of money you spend on legal expenses. Instead of increasing them, you should be trying to decrease your legal expenses in the budget. And the last thing is the fire tax. I cannot believe how much the taxes on our home have gone up in the past 3 years because of the fire tax. We need a paid fire department. I think it's really important, and I appreciate and respect the men and the women who are in the fire department. But because, and I'm not talking to you, Jim Baugh, because you didn't do this, because you went down on 8th Street and you took our water savings account and spent money foolishly, then you didn't have money to start that paid fire department, so you took it out on the rest of us. And now every year through 2028, I see that fire tax in the budget. It's your own budget and your own projections is going up. And by the time it's finished, the taxes on our home, the township taxes, will increase 70%. That is really wrong. You are growing the fire department too fast. Something is wrong. I'll have to send a letter in because you're approving the budget tonight, and I didn't realize that you were. But another thing is the constant leasing of vehicles. When we met with other large townships that are well-run, they said, quote, "We lease copy machines, we purchase vehicles." That's another reason why I gather that Jim has voted against leasing the police vehicles. If you would sit down and cost this out, you would see you were one of few townships doing this and dealing with enterprise. You're spending so much more of the taxpayers' money than if you just paid cash for these things. But I don't think you can pay cash. If you could, why wouldn't you be doing it? Now it's spreading to other departments, Parks and Recreation, other departments, you're leasing their vehicles too, when you have the cash in your reserves to do that, so you're paying more of our money for that. Also, there are inconsistencies in the budget. For instance, in 2024, you collected $223,000 in delinquent property taxes. Well then, how do you estimate in 2025 you're going to end up collecting $205,000 in delinquent property taxes, but in 2026 you're going to collect $350,000? What would account for that huge increase? Can anybody tell me? That's not making sense to me. There are a number of items in this budget that are inconsistent and they absolutely don't make any sense. There's a glaring one right there. Why would that line item increase by so much? What would cause it to do so? I'll make a list. It's too late now because you're approving the budget tonight, but I would like to say that this budget is full of inconsistencies, things that don't make sense, and I think a lot of the things in it are miscalculated.
My name is Candy Horm, and I live at 1310 Grant. Is this the part where you get to answer my questions now? Because I was told at the last meeting, citizens to be heard, you're not allowed to respond. So, somebody answer me. Yes? No?
If I can answer you, Candy, I will.
Okay. I want to know, under a new ordinance, or a new resolution, has to do with arrests. And since you couldn't talk to me the last time, I'm not even going to bother with you, Carter. Why are we doing a resolution for a warrantless arrest when it's covered under the Pennsylvania Crimes Code, unless you're doing something other than public intox, transporting liquor, disorderly conduct, or blocking the roadway? Could you tell me, why do you need a resolution? Or should I be asking Mr. Shaw? You're the legal wizard. Maybe you can answer me.
The police department is currently undergoing an accreditation, and that was the recommendation from the accreditation entity saying that the township needed a resolution adopting these guidelines, and that's what they're doing.
It's already a law, so why do you need a resolution?
That's what the accreditation says, and if you look at the law, it does indicate that it does have a requirement for municipalities to adopt guidelines. So that's what this is for.
But what you're doing is a resolution, not an ordinance. And I think the last time I asked you...
It doesn't have to be an ordinance, it just has to be, they just have to adopt a policy, and that policy can be adopted either by ordinance or by resolution, ma'am.
The last time I asked you about a resolution, you said it doesn't really mean anything, and that was your resolution to represent Mill Creek, the bank, and the Shriners Club. It's just a
Not what I said,
formal
ma'am.
statement, is what you said.
That's not what I said, ma'am.
Well, we could go back and listen to it. I'm not going to argue with you. And then it looks like you are going to, are we renewing your legal services agreement? Anybody want to speak on that? Because I look at your record, and like Ms. Weber said, our legal bills are outrageous. Sometimes I think incompetent. I mean, you did not even know what res ipsa loquitur meant when I asked you. I didn't go to law school, you did. You're supposed to be the, like I said, the legal wizard. And I look at a lot of stuff. You have cost the township in buying the properties on 8th Street, properties that the public didn't want, but it was done under your guidance. And now that they have 2 developers, it looks like your law firm's going to get on the gravy train again because you'll be doing more legal stuff for the township. So I would suggest that you highly look closely at who you hire as a solicitor. That is all I have for now, so thank you for your time.
Are there any other public comments on agenda items? Okay, we'll move on to approval of minutes from the November 25th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Item 5 is approval of the bills. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Item 6 is a presentation of the 2024 financial statements. I'll turn that over to Ms. Page.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Jerevsevich, I can never say it correctly, from Zielinkovsky Axelrod is here to present on our 2024 financial statement.
So my name is George Josevich. I am from Zielinkovsky Axelrod. I'm a principal, and I'm the person who is in charge of the township's audit. So very briefly, we're going to go over the results of the audit, some financial highlights, and then the last slide will be my contact information. So starting off with the audit results, the audit was performed in accordance with generally accepted auditing standards, and the township is receiving an unmodified opinion. So that is the best opinion the township could receive, and basically means that the financial statements are materially correct as presented. So for the 2023 audit, there we had some findings. The first one was that the interfund balances didn't balance. The second one is that the 2022 audit adjustments weren't posted. And the third one was that the trial balances provided for the audit did not balance. So for 2024, the status of those findings is that they are all resolved, and we have no new audit findings for 2024. So the township did an excellent job of implementing changes to prevent those things from happening. So some financial highlights, and we're going to start with the government-wide financial statements. So there was an increase in government-wide net position of about $3.7 million. Governmental activities, total assets increased by about $6.1 million, which is a 6% increase, and that was mostly due to an increase in cash available at year-end compared to the prior year, as well as capital asset additions and an increase in the net pension asset, which, by the way, the net pension asset is a very good thing for a local government to have. Most just have liabilities. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. There wasn't much variance in the liabilities, only increasing 1.6%, so not much to talk about there. Business type activities, total assets increased by about $1.8 million due to an increase in available cash on hand at year end. And then business type liabilities increased by about $144,000 or 14.6%. And that's mostly due to an overall increase of accounts payable at year end, which is nothing more than just timing of year end payments. So moving on to the governmental fund financial statements. And when I say governmental funds, we're talking about all of the governmental funds together, so not just the general fund. So revenues increased by about $4.5 million, which is a 13.4% increase. This was mostly due to an increase in intergovernmental revenue as well as an increase in tax collections. Expenditures decreased by about $4.8 million or 11%, and that was mostly due to a decrease in general authority activity. Fund balance overall increased by about 1.7 million, which was a 7.4% increase. And when looking at the general fund specifically, general fund balance increased by 2.3 million to an ending total of 20.7 million. So on this slide here, I just want to talk briefly about something called the budgetary cushion ratio. So this is calculated by dividing unassigned fund balance, unassigned meaning it is not restricted in any way. So unassigned fund balance by next year's budgeted expenditures. So for the general fund, the budgetary cushion ratio is 31%, which is a 20% increase from the prior year. So finance professionals think that 10 to 15% is generally good enough for normal increases and contingencies. So that being said, at the end of 2024, the township had a particularly good one. And then this is just our contact information. If anyone would like to reach out to us regarding the audit or anything else, you can feel free to do so. But that's the 2024 audit. Questions, comments?
No?
Here. Thank you, George.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I'd like to give a shout out, though, to Melanie Page for making sure that what was found in 2023 was rectified in 2024. Under your leadership, we are in a very strong financial position. Thank you very much, Melanie.
Thank you, Melanie. Moving on to item 7 is adoption of the 2026 final budget. Ms. Page?
Yes, so before you is the 2026 final budget. If you remember, I did present the preliminary budget with much more detail back at the November meeting, and there has been a 20-day review period since then. In that time period, there has been a couple things added and a little bit modified, nothing that exceeds the 10% where it needed to be re-advertised. In our streets department capital budget, we are undergoing a Millfair Road widening project, and that did add about $80,000 into the budget. We are also in our sewer fund, we are partaking in a radio project of coordinating all the radios with all of the pump stations, and that will be with Freedom Communications, and that's about a $20,000 increase. Nothing that would also preclude the fact that we will not need to be raising our general township purpose rate, taxes, or the taxes for our capital improvements. Everything remains the same as previously presented. So I would recommend the adoption of the 2026 final budget as presented.
Okay.
Melanie, I have a question about the fire fund. Looking at the fire tax fund budget report and forecast, for 2026, total revenue $6,064,807.
Yes.
And then my recollection, seeing previous sheets, was the moving out to the 2029. My recollection, that total revenue was more in like the 12 million. And now this says 7.5.
What I had presented last year when I was putting together the 2025 budget was that in 2029, we would be getting a $5 or $7 million grant from the federal, and that is not being shown here, and that's really your difference.
Okay.
Because that is still up in the air and not been determined at this point in time.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't have any questions. I can make a motion. I'm going to make a motion to approve the adoption of the 2026 final budget, Resolution 2025 R46. Oh,
Just a correction, that's just a motion with respect to the budget
sorry.
itself.
Correct. Correct.
Not
The resolution is
resolution.
separate.
I'll
Not a
I'll rephrase my my motion. I'll make a motion to adopt the 2026 final budget.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second? I will second. Call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Takes us to Resolution 2025-R46, a resolution fixing the Mill Creek Township tax rate for the year 2026. Ms. Page.
Yes, so before you is Resolution 2025-R46. This is the resolution of the Board of Supervisors fixing the Mill Creek Township tax rate for the year 2026. Whereas the second-class township code requires that the Board of Supervisors adopt, after notice, an annual budget and establish tax rates for the next following year. The Board of Supervisors has approved a proposed budget for 2026 and caused the same to be available for public inspection in accordance with the code. The Board of Supervisors finds it necessary to establish rates of Mill Creek Township tax for the year 2026 in order to properly fund the 2026 annual budget. So it is hereby resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the Township of Mill Creek, Erie County, Pennsylvania, as follows. A tax is and shall hereby be levied on all real property situated within the Township of Mill Creek, subject to real property taxation for the fiscal year 2026 as follows. The tax rate for general township purposes is assessed at 3.3977 mils. The tax rate for maintaining a revolving fund created for use in making capital improvements before the collection of all or part of the cost from property owners is assessed at 0.4060 mils. And the tax rate for maintaining a paid fire department within the township is assessed at 1 mil. So I'm asking for an approval of this resolution.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
May I ask a question for, actually, wait, we have to make a motion, I think, before questions? Okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second? I will second.
Ms. Page, I just had a question before the vote. So our fire tax is 1 mil. What does that equate to
So that
to
is
the general resident or home?
So that will be $100 for every 100,000 assessed value of your home.
Okay. So you get paid fire protection for $100?
If you own 100,000, if your value
Okay.
is assessed at 100,000.
And if you own a $200,000 home, you pay $200 a year for 24/7, 7 days a week fire protection.
Correct.
So $200 a year to make sure my house gets put out.
Correct.
It's not much. Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll call for a vote. Mrs. Claire?
Yes, I will, I'm going to approve, yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 8 is Resolution 2025-R47, a resolution adopting quarterly sewer rental fees for the Mill Creek Township sanitary sewer system.
Yes, before you is the resolution 2025-R47, which is a resolution of the Township of Mill Creek, Erie County, Pennsylvania, adopting quarterly sewer rental fees for the Mill Creek Township sanitary sewer system for the year 2026. Whereas Mill Creek Township provides sanitary sewer services to customers in Mill Creek Township and to select customers in McCain Township pursuant to a sewer border agreement. Pursuant to 53 PS 67511A, the township is permitted to charge a monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual rental charge to all persons whose property is connected to the township sanitary sewer system, and requires the township, the same section requires the township to pass a resolution adopting the amount of the rental fee for properties connected to the township sanitary sewer system. So it is hereby resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Mill Creek Township, Erie County, Pennsylvania, as follows. The sewer rate rental fee effective January 1, 2026 for customers whose property is connected to the Mill Creek Township sanitary sewer system is $86.50 per quarter. I'm asking for the approval of this resolution.
Any comments or questions for Ms. Page?
This is the same rate as last year.
Yes,
correct?
same rate as we've had for the last couple of years, yes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. We'll call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Item 9 is a public hearing on a land development plan for Renaud Peck Real Estate. Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. Good evening. Renaud Peck Real Estate LLC has submitted a land development plan to show construction of a 6-unit, multi-story dwelling with associated parking at 4644 West 12th Street, located along the south line of Westlake Road, east of Asbury Road in Tract 280. At their regular meeting of Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of this land development plan.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and open up the hearing. Is there someone here representing Renaud?
Good evening, Mike Sanford, 4721 Atlantic Avenue. And it's a pretty straightforward land development plan. Renaud Peck would like to build this 6-unit apartment building on property they own. It would have access to and from Westlake Road.
Okay, thank you. Any comments for Mr. Sanford? Okay, thank you. Anyone else here wishing to speak on behalf of this land development plan? Okay, we'll go ahead and close the hearing. Is there a motion to approve this land development plan?
Go ahead, Ken.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Claire?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Moving on to bids and quotations. We have a few of those. Is the board okay with Public Works going through all of theirs in one shot?
I'm setting the timer, Sebby.
I'll go quick.
All right.
Thank you and good evening. The Building Maintenance Department is requesting approval to purchase a ladder rack and plow for upfitting a new lease truck. A quote was received for the ladder rack from Christensen Manufacturing Corp. For the price of $2,284.12. A quote was received for the plow from Forest Park for the price of $8,812.80. The total cost for the ladder rack and plow upfitting is $11,096.92. Funding for these items will come from the building maintenance capital budget. I recommend approval to purchase these items. The second one, the building maintenance department is requesting to purchase a Scrubmaster B25 walk-behind tile floor scrubber. Currently, all tile floor cleaning is done by hand, and this machine will clean floors faster and with better results. A quote was received from Sanford Company for the price of $4,180. Funding for this machine will come from the major equipment purchase line item of the building maintenance capital budget. I recommend approval to purchase this item. And the last one is the Streets Department is requesting approval to purchase 2 new plows to install on existing dump plow trucks. Existing plow blades have come to the end of their useful life and are in need of replacement. A quote was received from U.S. Municipal for $16,429.32 for each plow blade under CoStar's contract number 025E22441. There's no cost for installation, as our maintenance garage will do the plow installation. Total cost for the 2 plow blades is $32,858.64. Funding for these 2 snow plows will come from the major equipment purchase line item of the Streets Department capital budget. I recommend approval to purchase these plows also.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions for Mr. Puda? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Claire?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Moving on to Parks and Rec, Ms. Esper.
Thank you. Would you like me to do all of mine collectively?
Yeah, please. Thanks.
So first, the Parks and Recreation Department is seeking approval for the order and purchase of a Ford 450 dump truck outfitted with a salt body, a salt spreader, a plow package, safety lights, and hydraulics. The purchase would be fulfilled through Bob Ferrando Ford in Zaresco under CoStar's contracts 025E22427 and 025E22521 for a price of $113,851. The Township Garage Bureau Chief has notified us that our current salt truck will not pass next year's inspection. The dump truck with salt body and plow and spreader is essential to our park and township operations. This truck is utilized to salt several of our parking lots, as well as the township's buildings lot and the Millfair Recycle facility as well. So it is my recommendation to approve the purchase of the Ford 450 truck with dump body, spreader, plow, lights, and hydraulics through Bob Ferrando Ford and Zaresco through their respective CoStar contracts for $113,851. My next purchase would be the department is seeking approval for the order and purchase of two 7500D Series Toro Z Master mowers with a 96-inch mower deck, diesel engine, and a sunshade. These mowers would replace the zero-turn mower that's motor has failed and a 2016 zero-turn mower that has reached the end of its life cycle. These mowers are used daily in the spring, summer, and fall seasons to maintain our park and green spaces, ball fields, and landscape around our facilities. I'm recommending that the mowers be purchased through E.H. Griffith through the PA State Contract Number 440002834 for $46,783.41 each, for a total of $93,566.82. So it would be my recommendation to approve these through E.H. Griffith under the state contract listed. The next purchase is, we're seeking approval for the order and purchase of updated office furniture. The Parks and Recreation team has grown over the last year, and we are seeking funding to update the office space with 2 new workspaces and storage pieces. These updates would give the appropriate and equitable workspace to our Parks and Rec program coordinator, as well as our Park and Rec department support associate. It's my recommendation to approve the purchase of the furniture utilizing funds in the Parks and Recreation operational budget from the material and supplies line item for an amount not to exceed $5,000. We did get a quote that's just under $4,000 from Bush Business Furniture that we would like to proceed with. And then my final one is the Parks and Rec Department is seeking approval for the order and installation of pool liners for the Chestnut Hill pools. These liners would support the shell of the pool and extend the life of the pools. It would also limit the loss of water seeping through the current shell and cracks in areas of weakness. The installation project is scheduled for public bidding and is accounted for in the Parks and Recreation Capital Improvement Budget. The project was previously billed unsuccessfully due to an unobtainable project timeline, so bidding it now we'd like to rebid the work now for a 2026 installation date. So it's my recommendation to approve the project and the installation of the pool liner by a qualified bidder not to exceed our budget of $150,000.
Thank you. Any comments or questions regarding these purchases?
Ashley, is that for both pools,
Yes.
even the little one? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
And Ashley, that comes from the 2025 budget, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. We'll call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Next item is the Beast Machine Mechanical Parts, CRS. Ms. Stutzman?
Thank you. Good evening. The 2008 Beast grinder in-feed chain was rebuilt in 2024. We now need to upgrade the grinding components, including the teeth, raker, and cutter bodies, due to metal contamination found in the pile, which has significantly caused wear and tear on these parts. It's my recommendation to purchase these parts under the current 2025 CRS line vehicle repair parts for $14,181.70 from Stevenson Equipment, and following this purchase, we will have $132,097 left over in that budget.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or questions on this purchase?
Motion to approve this purchase.
And I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. The next item is a firewall project.
Yes. The
Page.
Administration Department and the Police Department are collectively asking to approve the purchase of a global VPN with VelocityNet for a cost of $6,300. This cost will be split between the administration and the police budgets, and this will come from remaining funds left over in their capital budget. This VPN will replace our physical and nearly outdated firewall with a more modern cloud-based solution for firewall and VPN services.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Item 11 is Resolution 2025-R48, a resolution pursuant to Resolution 2015-R20 in Municipal Records Manual to approve the proposed disposition of certain township records. Attorney Shaw.
Before you is a resolution to approve the disposal of certain municipal records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the Municipal Records Manual. The police department records to be disposed of include MVR BWC footage that includes test recordings through November 15 of 2025, traffic stops through October 15th of 2025, incident only in special circumstances through December 15 of 2023, and case report, arrest report, SRR unknown types through December 15 of 2005. My recommendation would be to approve the disposal of these records.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Resolution 2025-R49, a resolution recognizing the expiration of Mill Creek Township's right to open 10th Street between Oregon and Michigan Boulevard. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, we received a request from residents seeking that the township acknowledge that its rights to certain paper streets described in the resolution have expired. This resolution recognizes that the township has no rights or interest in the unopened portions of 10th Street between Oregon Avenue and Michigan Boulevard as laid out in the Kelso Park subdivision map. That portion of 10th Street was never opened by the township or used by the public in more than 21 years. As a result, any interest in those paper streets held by the township have long expired under state law. So by this resolution, the board recognizes that the township no longer has any rights to the portions of the unopened portion of 10th Street between Oregon Avenue and Michigan Boulevard that was laid out more than 21 years ago as described in this resolution. The recommendation would be to approve this resolution.
Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Item 13 is Resolution 2025-R50, a resolution of the Board of Supervisors establishing guidelines for the Mill Creek Township Police Department for police officers making warrantless arrests. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, the Mill Creek Township Police Department is currently pursuing accreditation. One of the recommendations as part of the accreditation process is for the township to adopt, if it has not already done so, a resolution pursuant to 42 PA CSA Section 8902 that establishes guidelines for township police officers executing a warrantless arrest. The Pennsylvania Rules of Criminal Procedure set forth procedures for officers executing warrantless arrests. We did search prior resolutions the best that we could and could not find one that had previously adopted these procedures. So accordingly, this resolution would formally adopt Rules 440 and 441 of the Pennsylvania Rules of Criminal Procedure as the guidelines for Mill Creek Township officers executing a warrantless arrest. The recommendation would be to adopt this resolution.
Any comments or questions on this resolution? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. New and amended ordinance is under review. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, there are two that are being reviewed. First is the subdivision land development ordinance. We've completed our legal review, but we are working with our engineering and planning and development departments to finalize their review. And secondly, we've been working on doing an updates to our fines and penalties. We've completed our initial review of the various provisions and have begun meeting with various departments that are impacted by these, by any proposed changes to get their input.
Thank you. Item 15 is the Municipal Legal Services Agreement. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, the current legal services agreement between McDonald, Oregon and Township expires on December 31 of 2025. Before you is a proposed agreement effective January 1 of 2026 through December 31 of 2029. This is a 4-year term similar to the agreement that is expiring this year. It can, however, be terminated on 90 days' notice by either party. The agreement calls for a flat monthly rate of $20,275 for 2026, which is the same amount that is being billed for 2025 for basic services. In 2027 and annually beyond, the rate will be adjusted using a consumer price index formula that has been used previously. For extra services, the rates will also remain the same as the 2025 rates, which range between $210 per hour to $290 per hour for attorneys and $115 an hour for paralegals. For special services, the rates will be increasing $5 an hour for 2026 and will range between $225 an hour to $315 an hour for attorneys and $125 an hour for a paralegal. Similarly, these rates will also be adjusted annually starting in 2027 using the same CPI formula. The various categories are defined in the agreement, and the balance of the agreement contains the same general terms and conditions as the current agreement.
Thank you. Any comments or questions for Attorney Shaw regarding the legal services agreement?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I will second. I'll call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Item 16 is the Erie County 911 agreement. Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before is an agreement with a county that formalizes the township's arrangement with the county 911 service, whereby the county dispatches all 911 calls for the township that relate to fire and EMS. The county currently does not dispatch police calls for the township, and so they are excluded from this agreement. I believe this is an agreement they require every several years, simply just kind of renewing it and so forth. So that's what the intent of this agreement is. The recommendation would be to approve this agreement.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Item 17 is a financial security release request, one for Dollar General from Westminster Development and then Wayside Subdivision, Section 4. Brent and Scott Sessler developers. Mr. Waldinger.
Yes, thank you. The first request for financial security release is for the Dollar General on Zimmerly Road. The developer there, Westminster Development LLC, is requesting release of their financial security. All required improvements have been inspected and approved. In front of you is a form signed by the township engineer giving his approval of the improvements, as well as a letter from Greenman Peterson Incorporated, the township's contracted third-party stormwater engineer inspector. So at this time, I would recommend that the Board of Supervisors release the letter of credit for the Dollar General LDP at Zimmerly Road. It is Erie Bank letter of credit number 1721 in the amount of $268,428.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the first security release?
So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. And we'll move on to the Wayside subdivision.
Thank you. The second is a release request from the developers of Wayside Subdivision Section Number 7, Brent A. and Scott R. Sessler. They have asked for release of their financial security for this development. All required improvements have been installed. In front of you is a form signed by Township Engineer Rob Rodemoyer, approving all of the improvements that have been installed that are remaining, that have not already been accepted and reduced by the township. So at this time, I would recommend that the board vote to release the letter of credit for Wayside Subdivision Section Number 4. It is Marquette Bank, letter of credit number 600059832 in the remaining amount of $36,320.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this security release?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Number 18 is a sidewalk deferral request for 4906 Lancaster. Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. The developer of a single-family dwelling at 4906 Lancaster Road, Carter M. Denny, is proposing to defer the sidewalks that would be required with installation, required to be installed with construction of the home. At this time, there are no sidewalks in the area, nor are there immediate plans to build any sidewalks. Before you is a form signed by the party that is the approved township form, recognizing that they are asking for a deferral of the sidewalk, but that it could be called upon to build if any of several conditions were met. So at this time, I would recommend that the board approve the sidewalk deferral request.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this deferral request?
So moved.
Okay, I will second. I'll call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
No.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Item 19 is the Stormwater Management Maintenance Agreement. Stormwater Management Plan for 2 locations, 4906 Lancaster Road and then the Burger King. I believe that's at 26 and Peninsula.
Thank you. The first is for the residents that we previously discussed, 4906 Lancaster Road. The developer, Carter M. Denny, has had their stormwater management reviewed by GPI for consistency with the stormwater management ordinance. It does comply with the substantive requirements of our ordinance. The party has also submitted a stormwater maintenance agreement on the township-approved form. So at this time, I would recommend that the board accept the stormwater maintenance plan and approve the stormwater maintenance agreement.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the first item at 4906 Lancaster?
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. On to Burger King.
Yes, the second is for the developer of the Burger King Land Development Plan. That developer is Fast Food Enterprises 3 LLP. The property owners for this property are James R. Parker and Julie T. Parker. This is at the corner of Route 20 and Peninsula Drive. They have had their stormwater management plan reviewed for consistency with the stormwater management ordinance, and it was found to be consistent. So it is our recommendation that the board accept their stormwater management plan and approve their stormwater maintenance agreement, which they have also submitted on the proper forms.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the stormwater plan for Burger King?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Takes us to communications, treasure communication, liquid fuel audit. Ms. Page.
Yes, I wanted to communicate that we are in receipt of our liquid fuels audit that is performed by the, the Department of the Auditor General on our liquid fuels tax fund monies that we receive. There was no issues with the audit. They stated that our MS 965 has been presented in all material respects correctly with the information required by the PA Department of Transportation for the Liquid Fuels Tax Fund for the period of January 1, 2024 to December 31st, 2024. The only matter that they did note is that liquid fuels money is to be directly deposited into a separate account, and it was back then deposited into the general fund, and for 2025 that has already been rectified. So this will be put on the website for public review.
Okay, thank you. Does it require any action or just noted? Okay,
noted.
very good.
Just informational.
Yes. And I will say happy holidays to everybody, since we are in the time.
Okay, we'll move on to hiring requests. The CRS department has 2. Ms. Stutzman.
Thank you. Do you want me to do both of them together?
Sure.
It is the recommendation of the CRS department to hire Amy Jablonski for the reception resident services clerk position at a rate of $21.77 per hour with a start date of January 5th, 2026. Amy is currently the receptionist at the Historic Square Agency for the last 5 years, and prior to that, she was the secretary for Roto Cleaning Service for 11 years. She enjoys working with the public and being able to help her current clients find the answers to any questions that they may have. And our second request, it's the recommendation of the CRS department to hire Victoria Benson in the position of communications support assistant. She offers a well-rounded communications background with hands-on experience in newsletters, social media management, photography, video, I don't know if I cut out. Content creation, Canva design, and media kit development. She's managed multiple accounts simultaneously, shows strong graphic design and visual communication skills, and recently graduated in May 2025, bringing a fresh academic knowledge and current design trends. She works well under pressure and can produce deliverables in a fast-paced environment. And her start date would be December 18th at a rate of $16 per hour.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve these two hires in CRS?
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. We have two hires in the sewer department. Mr. Puda?
Yes, can I do them together, if it's okay with
Please.
you?
Yep.
Okay. The sewer department is requesting to hire Stan Cartwright as a sewer maintenance laborer. His date of hire would be 12/15 of 2025. His rate of pay would be $23.92 per hour. Stan currently works for Ferroglass as a driver for 1 year. Prior to that, he worked for the city of Meadville for 6 months. He has a Class B CDL with no restrictions. He has worked for the city of Marathon in Florida as a utility maintenance worker. I recommend to hire Stan. His hire would be due to an opening to a promotion. And the second one, the sewer department is requesting to hire Tyler Killian as a sewer maintenance laborer. His date of hire would be 12/15/2025. Rate of pay, $23.92 per hour. Tyler currently works for Killian Truckin' for a year. Prior to that, he was a laborer with Consul Construction for 2 years. He was a field service operator with Mansfield Sanitation for 7 years. He has experience in running the equipment in the sewer department and installing grinder pumps. He has a Class A CDL with all endorsements. I recommend to hire Tyler. His opening was due to a transfer of an employee to the engineering department.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve these two hires in the sewer department?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. We have one hire in the admin department. Ms. Page?
Yes, the admin department is requesting the approval to hire Julia Simpson in the staff accountant position. This was left vacant at the beginning of October. Her date of hire would be 12/17/2025 at a rate of $49,000 annual salary. Currently, Julia works at ECCM, which is Erie County Care Management, in the accounting department as a billing specialist. She has been there for 6 months. She was also an accounting intern with Scott Enterprises, doing financial reporting and bank reconciliations for multiple departments while she was attending Mercyhurst. She did graduate in May from Mercyhurst and has a Bachelor of Arts in Accounting along with an associate's degree in management.
Okay, is there a motion to approve this hire in the administration department?
So moved.
Second?
Been moved and seconded. Call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes.
Thank you.
We have one hire at Mill Creek Fire. Chief Cliff?
Thank you. On behalf of Diane Lyons from Human Resources and myself, we're recommending the board to approve a hire of William Anderson as the first Assistant Chief of Mill Creek Township Fire Department. Will has 29 years of experience, 10 years as the Assistant Chief for the City of Euclid. He has a doctorate in strategic leadership, a master's in public administration, and he also holds bachelor's and associate's degrees in fire science. Will has secured over $21 million in federal and state grants under his tenure. He's also been a consultant with us in Mill Creek Township, and he is the one that secured our $5.4 million SAFERS grant. Per the terms of his offer letter, it includes a salary of $90,000 per year with a start date of February 16th of 2026.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Is there a motion to approve the hiring of William Anderson?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, and I will second. I'll call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Moving on to Parks and Rec. Ms. Esper.
Thank you. Before you are the listed employees and volunteers that are requested to be approved for part-time employment for the winter 2026 season. These employees and volunteers are essential to carrying out our winter recreational offerings of the Park and Recreation Department. Part-time employee wages are accounted for in the Park and Recreation Department's operational budget, and the wages suggested for each employee are based off the part-time wage scale that was approved by the Board of Supervisors. So it's my recommendation to approve the hiring of the listed part-time employees.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this list?
So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Training and travel requests, we have one for the police department. Chief Muck?
Thank you, sir. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is hosting an Advanced Explosives Disposal Techniques course in Huntsville, Alabama from January 6th of 2026 to January 15th of 2026. Bomb technicians are more likely to be injured or killed while conducting explosives disposal operations than any other mission. I'm recommending that Sergeant Ryan Mays be approved to attend this course. He is a longtime member of the Erie County Bomb Squad. There is no registration cost to the township, and hotel costs are arranged for and paid for by the ATF. The township would be reimbursed after the training for the per diem costs. The only cost to the township would be to pay for fuel, as travel will be by department vehicle. Per diem breakdown is $74 at 10 days and $55.50 for 2 travel days, totaling $851. Estimated fuel costs are $155 round trip.
Thank you, Chief. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. We have a training travel request for CRS. Ms. Stutzman?
Thank you. The CRS department recommends a 3-hour virtual training session with Civic Plus to help our staff gain a deeper understanding of the tools and features available within our current website platform. The training will cover several key components, including website modules, creation of forms, widgets, the navigation pane, request tracker, and styling the interior pages. The session can accommodate up to 12 employees and will provide valuable guidance as we prepare for the upcoming 2026 website redesign. The opportunity aligns perfectly with our project timeline and will ensure that our staff are equipped with the knowledge needed to contribute effectively to the redesign process. So we are seeking approval for the 3-hour training at a cost of $1,250, leaving us with $4,710 in the CRS training line. At this time, we've identified some members from the website redesign committee that may be interested: Chantel Rodriguez, Ashley Marsteller, John Fleming, Kim Clear, Matt Waldinger, and myself to participate, but again, we have up to 12 spots.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this request?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded, call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. And Mill Creek Fire, we have 3. Chief,
You may do all 3.
please.
The first one, I'm requesting approval to send Captain Flack, Captain Hicken, Captain Kennedy, Assistant Chief Anderson, and myself to FDIC conference in Indianapolis. It's going to be held April 21st through the 24th. The associated cost, the conference registration is $653 per attendee. Hotel accommodations are $192 per room per night. Per diem of $74 per day for the 4 days. And we're expected to take township vehicles. The estimated fuel cost is around $250. This training is a conference that will provide valuable leadership and operational education and exposure to emerging technologies and best practices in the fire service. The next one is Jesse Walker is requesting to take Fire Officer 1 training through Harrisburg Community College. This is an online course running from January 5th through January 31st. Classes are held on Mondays and Wednesday evenings, and the cost of the class is $325. There is an additional expense for mileage reimbursement of $337.68, a per diem of $74, and a hotel of $175. These fees are for the required 1-day on-site testing. This course is a requirement for promotional purposes. I recommend the approval of that. And then the last one is for full-time firefighters Dylan Winger and Ian Jasowicz to complete their EMT certification as a condition of employment through the Butler County Community College is hosting an EMT course at Perry Highway Fire Department. The class runs January 5th through May 13th of '26. Classes will be held on Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 10 p.m. with an additional session on the first Saturday of each month from 8 to 5. The total cost of the course is $852 per student. Books are $150 per student. I recommend approval for both firefighters to attend this EMT class.
Thank you, Chief. Is there a motion to approve this training?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, and I will second. I'll call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Takes us to the CRS department. There's 3 items to review. The 904 grant application, America Recycles Day and Contest, and Recycling and Waste Survey. Ms. Stutzman.
Thank you. The PA Section 904 recycling performance grants are available to all Pennsylvania local governments with recycling programs following Act 101 regulations. The grant awards are based on the total tons recycled within your municipality and the applicant's recycling rate. Eligible grant materials include only glass bottles and jars, metal cans, plastic bottles, newspapers, magazines, paper, and cardboard. The grant application, which is due December 31st, will be submitted using the 2024 tonnage figures. It's my recommendation to submit the residential and commercial tonnage that we received from the annual recycling report earlier in the year for this grant funding application. The department will put the funding back into programming, education, and events that will benefit Mill Creek Township residents and businesses. And based on my most recent calculations from filling out the paperwork today, I see that our eligible tonnage from residential and commercial recycling is 6,617.1 tons, which by my calculations in the DEP formula, I believe we will receive back approximately $87,791.20. Does that need to be voted on to apply? Okay.
Wait, does it?
It's a grant application.
It's a grant application?
If we have to sign off on it, yes.
Okay.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the grant application?
So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Call for a vote. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
I vote yes. Okay, America Recycles Day and Contest.
Thank you. Thanks. In celebration of America Recycles Day, which took place on November 15th, the Millfair Compost Center recently held a school district-wide coloring and naming contest in collaboration with all 5 MTSD elementary schools, Chestnut Hill, Asbury, Grandview, Bell Valley, and Tracy. And we were thrilled to receive over 100 submissions from enthusiastic students who helped name several pieces of our heavy equipment. As a part of the contest, 8 classrooms won, not all 3, but they won ice cream parties, pizza parties, or cookie parties for naming our windrow turner, our 3 dump trucks, and our 5 high lifts. The celebrations were a big hit with the classrooms, and one of the teachers was able to share some photos with us from her winning class, enjoying their prize. So I'm just gonna share a couple of the names. Our windrow turner will be named Tilly. Some of the dump trucks, we had Dusty the dump truck and the Heartbreaker, and just a few of the high lifts were Muddy Molly and Maximus.
Fun.
And I do have one more. Actually, I might have one more to add as well. The Mill Creek Township CRS department is launching a new resident survey for curbside recycling and waste services, and we're inviting all residents to participate. Your feedback helps Mill Creek Township improve recycling, waste collection, and sustainability programs for our community. Your input matters. Each month, you rely on the collections, bins, and seasonal changes that our subcontractor provides. So now we want to hear what's working, what could be better, and what you would like to see from a new contract with the Mill Creek Township Waste and Recycling Services. How to participate, just go to our website, www.millcreektownship.com, and it is on our homepage under the news section. The survey covers topics such as collection frequency, bin options, accepted materials, communication preferences, and any suggestions for improvements. The survey was set to close on December 15th, but we've extended it to December 31st. We'll analyze those responses and share key findings. So your responses will guide the planning process for 2025 and beyond. And we thank all of our residents for helping keep Mill Creek clean, efficient, and forward-thinking, and your voice shapes all the services that we rely on. And I do have one more quick
Jesse,
announcement.
before you go to that one, how can they take the survey?
Online at millcreektownship.com.
Okay.
And it's right on the homepage.
Right on the homepage.
Scroll down to the news and updates section.
Okay. Do we ever put it on social media?
It was on social media
Great.
as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it was in the magazine as well, and you can scan the
okay.
QR code.
Okay.
The last update I have is about the Mill Creek Township calendar. I know we've had a lot of phone calls about it. We'd just like to inform our residents that there was a delay in the delivery of the 2026 Township calendar due to an unforeseen printer issue. The calendars were originally expected to arrive in mailboxes by mid-December. However, production delays pushed that timeline back. We're pleased to share that the calendars are now in the final stages of printing, and distribution is expected to arrive in residents' mailboxes by the Christmas holiday or shortly before the new year. So we appreciate the community's patience and understanding and look forward to sharing the 2026 calendar with our residents, and that will go online as well.
Okay, thank you. Executive session was held on December 4th. Litigation matters related to zoning, code enforcement, state court litigation, and an easement dispute. Public safety matters related to the fire department and the police department. Personnel matters related to the fire department. And real estate matters related to lease of township facilities and parks and rec facilities. On December 11th, litigation matters related to zoning, code enforcement, state court litigation, and easement dispute. Personnel matters related to the fire department and the police department, and real estate matters related to parks and rec facilities, community relations and sustainability facilities, and lease of township facilities. Takes us to solicitor communications. Attorney Shaw.
Nothing on my end other than to wish everybody a happy holidays.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Esper, you want to give us an update on the giving tree?
Yes, please, thank you. So the Parks and Recreation Department and myself would like to extend thanks for the generosity of our community this holiday season. Residents, many township employees, and community members were helpful in supporting 69 Mill Creek Township families this season, comprised of 150 children. So we appreciate the support of our annual giving tree, and we hope you all have a wonderful, warm holiday season.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
May I give one thing before my last thing? I wanted to talk about Chief Mook. Chief Mook was recently interviewed by 814 Matters, and it is in the form of a podcast that is available on Spotify or your favorite place to get your podcast. I hope this is okay, Chief Mook, I'm saying this, okay. I didn't get your permission. 814 Matters welcome Carter to the program, and he discusses his time in at Edinburgh University, along with Mill Creek joining the Regional Police Athletic League program and the upcoming agenda for the Mill Creek Police Department. To say I am proud of Chief Mook is an understatement. Hearing Chief Mook speak with such passion about the Mill Creek Police Department is one of the reasons why we love living in Mill Creek. And he is so proud of all of the work that our Mill Creek police officers do every single day, and it is heard in your voice throughout that entire podcast. We are doing great things out there. Our Mill Creek Police Department, now into its second year of PAL, and going through accreditation, and the high standards that you hold, and the high standards that our officers hold of themselves, and the work that the service they do in our community. So thank you, Chief Mook, for that, and I encourage everyone to take a listen.
Thank you, Ms. Claire. I'm going to read a statement on our government transition process for 2028. In November of 2025, Mill Creek Township voters approved a change in the township's form of government to take effect in 2028. With the conclusion of the Government Study Commission and its formal disbandment on November 5th, 2025, the responsibility for implementing this new form of government now shifts fully to Mill Creek Township in accordance with Second-Class Township Code, Section 7. The township is committed to guiding this work with clarity, transparency, and long-term planning to ensure a smooth and effective transition. The transition leadership. Leadership for the current 3-member Board of Supervisors remains established and in place. As the township assumes all transition responsibilities, internal leadership will continue to coordinate planning efforts and oversee next steps. The township will manage the entire process from this point forward. Primary responsibilities. Over the next 2 years, Mill Creek Township will focus on preparing for the structural, administrative, and organizational changes required for implementation in 2028. The township's responsibilities include establishing a timeline for the transition process, updating and rewriting the township code to reflect the new form of government, developing an organizational chart for the future management structure, creating job descriptions and position frameworks for new roles within the 2028 government model, preparing the incoming 5-person council for its eventual responsibilities, conducting necessary budget planning to support the transition. These priorities will guide township operations through 2026 and 2027, with concentrated planning and action beginning in the first quarter of the upcoming year. So what are the next steps? Mill Creek Township will continue to evaluate needs, gather internal input, and establish procedures to carry out the transition effectively. While the Study Commission completed its work and made recommendations, the responsibility to deliver the new form of government now rests solely with the township. The township is dedicated to advancing this work in a way that positions Mill Creek for operational strength, accountability, and future growth. The approval of a government change marks an important milestone for Mill Creek Township. As the township takes on the next phase of this process, the focus will remain on building a structure that supports residents, strengthens operations, and ensures a successful transition of the new form of government framework in 2028. Their work is done, now the work for the township begins.
Do student ambassador first.
Yep. Student ambassador report.
As for the McDowell update, seniors have just completed their mock career interviews. With MTSD Central Office administrators, students demonstrated outstanding preparation, professionalism, and confidence. Interviews involved articulating career goals and post-secondary plans while applying interview skills. McDowell has also gotten new snow removal equipment so our custodial team can maintain our large campus more efficiently. This new equipment allows our travel walkway, sidewalk, and handicap accessible areas to be cleared and salted multiple times daily. And coming from someone who has slipped on those travel pathways, this is highly appreciated by the students. Trojan Impact and Excellence Awards have been started and are a new student recognition initiative to celebrate students who make a positive impact on our school community. Faculty and staff can nominate students, and each month a nomination will be randomly selected, and that student will receive a gift card from a Chick-fil-A or a local business, thanks to Chick-fil-A for their generous donations and meal coupons, as well as gift baskets to support the program. We have also started a student health and wellness series for 11th and 12th graders to build healthy habits and support learning and well-being. Upcoming sessions are social media and navigating the digital world, as well as why sleep is important in mood learning, as well as tips for healthy sleep habits. McDowell has also had a new sideline store with a link on the McDowell website for customizable gear, and an updated athletic website that has been made possible with the help of our student internship program. My friend Reese Reynes being one who had worked on the athletic office website, with much of work coming from our athletic director. Finally, shout out to my team, the speech and debate team, who has recently competed at a tournament at Princeton University with tremendous success, with members of our debate team including Smirti Shankar, Somia Devanthera-Raja, Caleb Zhao, Helena Negron, Julia Rass, that are all from debate advancing high in the competition. And then for speech, I advanced to semifinals with my friend Talia Hillen advancing to the finals at Princeton. Good job, McDowell, and that's it.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Oh, I have a quick question for you. One of my favorite units was, of course, teaching the the resume building and then the interview skills. Did you partake in that this semester, or is that next semester for
I
you?
have not this semester. I'm actually taking advantage of the dual enrollment program, so I'm not taking any of the regular English courses this year.
Oh, great.
But
Okay.
many of my friends have done the interviews, and you can always tell, you go to school and it's like, whoa, why is like half the class dressed like super nice? And
Yes,
well,
yes.
sounds like it went really, really well though.
That's right, that's right. Well, great job. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And before we move on to citizens to be heard, Mr. Chairman, I would like to say a few words if I could.
Sure.
As of today, this is Dan's final public meeting. Dan is entering into the world of retirement. And the three amigos that we have up here are going to miss you. Finding the right words for today has been difficult. We've known it was coming for quite a few months now, but I don't think any of us have completely prepared ourselves for Dan's retirement. To say you will be missed, Dan, is an understatement. You have been a rock on which so many of the township employees have counted on. You were always there with an ear to listen. You were ready to roll up your sleeves and get to work. And when it came to anyone with a problem, you were there to listen, and you always had a contemplative and thoughtful response. Dan, you spent your entire life serving Mill Creek. Dan, for those that don't know, began his 38-year career in Mill Creek Township in dispatch, serving others in their darkest time. Before that, as a paramedic. At the same time, you were a volunteer firefighter at Mill Creek Township's West Ridge Fire Department, and at one time served as chief. So being paid or not paid, you served your township. In the mid-2000s, you served your township. Then in the 2000s, an opportunity came to move to the sewer department, where you worked diligently on the I&I program, which has now saved the township millions of dollars in water fees. But your service did not stop there. You knew that you had more to offer. You knew that Mill Creek Township was only one fire away from tragedy, that more roads needed paved, and that stormwater had to be addressed. So like any normal person, or maybe crazy, you decided to run for office. The work you have done here at the township in the last 6 years has changed the trajectory of our township. In your time, stormwater team, you created a stormwater team that is dedicated to fixing the township's stormwater issues. You issued an employee handbook. You invested in our employees through professional development opportunities and team building. You participated in the rebranding of Mill Creek Township to highlight Mill Creek's importance in Erie County. You helped secure more grant funding in the last few years than Mill Creek received in the last 30 years combined. You invested in the future revenue of our township in the Gateway to Presque Isle project. You helped create a long overdue paid fire department to keep our residents safe. You invested in Mill Creek residents' quality of life in the community center and so much more. Dan, the legacy you leave will never be forgotten. I think I speak for over 200 employees when I say that you will be missed. We wish you all the happiness in the world as you retire after a lifetime of service. This is much deserved and earned, and good luck on your next adventure. I want to also present you with a PSATS letter of recognition, and this is a certificate of service in PSATS, and I want to thank Cheryl Williams for making sure that this got here to us and recognize your years of service.
Thank you very much, Kim, Jim. It's been a pleasure, and at the end of the meeting, I'll have a statement also to address, so thank you very much.
Wishing you all the best, and don't forget we have cake on Friday, so,
Okay,
for another ceremony.
I'll be there.
Lots of cake.
All right, thanks again. All right, that takes us to citizens to be heard. Anyone wishing to address the board?
Well, Ms. Page, I did look up, you said it is a law that you don't have to answer. And under the Sunshine Law, although members of the agency are not required to answer, it's a good practice to do so whenever possible. Answering questions can demonstrate a commitment to helping the constituents, and in many cases, answering the questions informally at public hearings can reduce future right-to-know requests, as well as money, as well as a burden on Ms. Williams. So I just wanted to let you know that it would be in your best interest to answer questions, because if you people don't answer our questions, what are we gonna do to get things solved? We are the ones who hired you. We're your bosses. We pay your wages, we pay your benefits, and you end up upping our taxes, buying our property that we don't want, but you think is a good idea, maybe lining someone else's pockets, certainly not ours, because there's nothing in my pocket now but lint, all right? So I just wanted you to know that. And then I had asked at the last meeting, I had asked Chief Muck, how many cars did he request for 2026? He asked for car 6 and car 7, but you approved retrofitting for 3 vehicles, but he mentioned 4 vehicles. So how many vehicles is the police department getting? 2, 3, or 4? And why do we have to retrofit? Why don't you use the same computer, the same light bar? I understand maybe the shield between the driver and the prisoner you might have to adjust, but do we have to spend $31,000 per vehicle for 3 vehicles, which is 93 grand and some odd cents? That's another 2 vehicles that you could buy. So I don't think the leasing is a good idea, but you don't seem to hear the people. And like I told you before, if you do not hear us, we have 4 ways to deal with that. Number 1 is to vote you out of office, which we did. Number 2 is to try a new form of government, which we are trying to do. As you can see, we severely need it. And number 3 is an internal audit. And so I am suggesting to any people, any residents of Mill Creek, call Tim DeFore, he's our Pennsylvania Auditor General. And maybe a criminal investigation if needed, then you would call David Sunday, he's our Pennsylvania Attorney General. I mean, if you can't answer questions at a meeting, we have nothing left to do but, go above you. And that is what a manager form of government is for, just to help take the stress off you, but still get things done in a cheaper way. And that's all I have. I pray that you all have a good Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to address the board? Sir, come on up. You state your name for the record, and then when you're done, you can write your address on the ledger there.
On the ledger. My name's Dave Weaver. I recently moved to a new Mill Creek address, but I spoke with Mr. Bach the Monday before Thanksgiving, and I left a message with Ms. Claire Monday. I just have general questions. I don't even know if this is the right forum for me, but I live in a trailer park, and the park now is making the residents pay for their sewer bill independently. Before, it wasn't an issue for me, but now circumstances have changed. And I'm wondering, can we charge residents at a sewer rate that is represented by the amount of water they use, rather than a flat rate? Because I live alone. I don't know why I should be paying the same as a four-person family should pay. I did a little bit of research. I don't know a lot of details, but you can base sewer rate on water consumption. Now, for people that are snowbirds, go to Florida for 3 or 4 months, they're paying a monthly sewer rate. They're not even using water. Is there, I don't know how, I mean, if I can make an appointment with somebody and we can discuss it, I'm okay with that. But I would just like to get some more information on this. And I'm kind of curious, as long as Mill Creek's been charging a flat rate for sewer, has nobody ever come up here and asked to adjust based on water consumption? I mean, is that unreasonable?
I have repeatedly.
Is there,
It's too hard for them.
I mean,
They don't want to act like National Fuel and have a base fee, a hookup fee, and it's
Well,
too difficult. They're just doing it easiest.
I believe, I spoke to, I believe it was the city of Erie, their sewer department, and their rate is based off of water consumption. I believe it's like 1.5 times your water rate is the sewer bill. Now, I said, well, why can't Mill Creek? Well, because Mill Creek is a township, they have to follow state guidelines. Erie is a city, because it's classified as a city. They can create their own ordinances. Now, I didn't look into this. I don't know how much is true, but can we look into changing how the sewer bill is paid as opposed to giving everybody a flat rate? I mean, it's just me. My water bill is $20 a month. You know, why am I paying, you know, $80 a month for sewer? For what? I mean, if I can, whatever you got for me, if we can do a meeting or have an appointment,
Yeah, could we get your name and your number after the meeting?
Sure, yes,
I'd like to get more details. I think all of us would. Jim? Yeah, okay.
okay. All right, yeah, I'll be back here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Oh, someone took the sign-in sheet. Can someone look and see if they accidentally took the sign-in sheet when they were up at the podium? Which time?
When I picked this, I'm sorry, I have it.
Oh,
There we go.
that's okay.
Sorry, on behalf of McDowell.
No problem.
Hey, Jerry Svidio, 1720 West Gore Road. Hey, congratulations on your retirement.
Thanks, Jerry.
You know, it's a beautiful thing. You'll get tired of it, and you'll find something. First 6 months is good. After that, you're going to annoy your wife, and she'll annoy you. But anyways, this transition, the whole time we talked about this in all the study commission meetings and at the end, and the meeting we held in here, the people that were pro Mill Creek, pro supervisor, it was brought up. And the study commission people said, it's just a recommendation. Lo and behold, what's it, in the paper, on the blue couch. And then they recommend you, Jim. Why? Oh, come on. It doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. So my recommendation would be all three supervisors. Seeing as they're going to be here, sitting up there, you, our new Kylie Morris, and Kim Clear, be part of that. Not one that supported it, not one that endorsed it. And as far as the transition members, I think it ought to be just people away from the study commission, people that are, including myself. I couldn't even support any of it, still don't. I think it ought to be people that are really interested in watching and keeping Mill Creek growing. And I think you have to avoid the conflict with it. Secondly, I talked to Chief Cliff, because the thing that brought attention to me was the raise in Mill Creek paramedic services, plus the decrease in the amount of money that they would forgive on a call. Everything's going up. And I think they've been probably due an increase for a while, actually. But I also spoke to Chief Cliff that you have a paramedic service, and now we have a fire department. And he says every firefighter within 2 years has to become a paramedic, correct? Well, anyways. So I think you're duplicating services and you're fighting. Now, is this going to lead to the demise of Mill Creek paramedics? And then that cost, and if the fire tax keeps going up, perhaps you, as a fire department, should absorb the paramedics that are with Mill Creek. I don't see the need for every firefighter to be a paramedic. Is it good to have that training? Yes. And I'm a union guy. I believe in union. But if you require it, you're going to pay for it. So when this township goes to full-time fire department, and each guy is a firefighter, paramedic, you're going to increase the cost to the citizens. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. But I'm also concerned for Mill Creek paramedic. I watched the sewer department get boosted out of here by a former policeman and John Grow. I can't remember that policeman's name. I know it, but I can't bring it up right now. Fagaski. And I think it did a disservice to this township. So I would ask you to consider the newer people. The newer bunch. Supervisor, you, Jim, Kim, and Kylie, to really look at it. And I understand the need for what Chief Cliff wants or proposes or is in the planning. But I also question the need. We're duplicating services. We're also fire tax is increasing and volunteers are still asking. What about the volunteers that still want to serve? And they go and they ask for your money. Or is everybody contributing to them? Or is that going to go away too? I look at it, I'm old. I'm not going to lie to you. Retirement's a great thing, but retirement costs money. I look forward I've always supported the paid fire department. This should have happened back when Brian McGrath was here, even when Sue was here. So that's all I got to say. Congratulations. It's a great life sometimes. Like I said, I hope your wife's patient.
She is. Thanks, Jerry.
I look forward to seeing you out at some place, buy you a beer sometime. Thank you for your service. Thank you all. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You too, Jerry.
And I appreciate Melanie, great work. I appreciate Mark. I appreciate all you guys. I'm not talking anybody down. We got a great township and we will make it great. Thank you.
I wasn't going to speak, but Dan, I'll miss having such great conversations with you. I know you loved me dearly. Merry Christmas and best of luck in your retirement.
Thank you.
I answered to the question that was proposed earlier, years ago, almost over 30 years ago, I innocently moved into Mill Creek, even though my family built a lot of Mill Creek, and I didn't know that where I lived, part of it was City of Erie services and part of it was Mill Creek services. And I questioned way back then, why did I have a sewer bill and a water bill separate? And I was told, well, things happened, and no one blamed everyone in the past, no one knew nothing, and blah, blah, blah. Then at some point, Mill Creek sewer and water bills combined, and I once again asked, hey, how come they're not on the same rates or even the same, oh, well, they're separate billing. Now they're together. And I said, like, most people don't mind paying for things if they consume things, but lots of people hate flat fees. And I said even way back then, just like I pay for national fuel gas. I supplementally heat my house with wood, but I, no matter what, pay for my meter, and then I pay a little bit of my usage. Why don't we have that with the sewer and water? Well, that's too hard. Now that I know that Erie Waterworks does the billing, but they don't do the calculating or whatever. And I proposed several times over the years, you should have a flat fee for having the privilege of having the water and sewer. Then you can calculate the sewer based on the water, because they're now in the same place. Oh, that's too hard. That wouldn't be fair. What about the people who have wells but not, some that have sewer, some that have septic? Well, that's why you have a base fee and then figure it out. I know it takes some doing. It's been easy not to do anything. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. As I sit here tonight on my final meeting as a public official, I'm filled with gratitude. I've had the privilege of serving this township for 38 years, including the last 6 as an elected supervisor, and this place has truly become part of who I am. Over the years, I've learned that progress comes from showing up and doing the work every single day. Because of that, we're able to make real investments in our infrastructure, including resurfacing a record 100 miles of roadway in just 6 years. That improves safety and reliability for our residents. We also took a proactive approach to stormwater management to protect our community for the future. One of the things I'm most proud of is building a combination fire department, bringing career firefighters alongside our dedicated volunteers to keep our community safe. At the same time, we've kept our eyes on the future with important initiatives underway like the Presque Isle Gateway Project and our work toward creating a community center. Investments that will strengthen our township and enhance quality of life for years to come. But none of this happens without our employees. They are the heart of this township, and it has truly been an honor to work alongside them. I want to take a moment to thank my fellow supervisors, Kim Clear and Jim Bach, for their support, collaboration, and shared commitment to this community. Serving alongside you has truly been a privilege. As I step away, I want to wish incoming Supervisor Kylie Morris every success in this role. This is important work, and I have no doubt she will serve this community with energy, integrity, and care. And none of this would have been doable without the love and support of my family who share this journey with me. Their patience and encouragement made this possible. Thank you. I think I have to now. All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mrs. Clear?
Yes.
Mr. Bach?
Yes.
And for the last time, I vote yes. Meeting's adjourned at 6:10.
Happy holidays,
Thanks.
everyone.
Happy holidays.